Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me here at Major Arcanum. I've already pre-shuffled the cards so that we can get started right away. This will be your nearly personal reading. So we'll do the desires and fears spread. We'll do a traditional tarot with the Celtic cross. I'll give you an opportunity to ask a question about how to move forward in a certain situation. Then I'll pull one final card from the deck? From the Universe Has Your Back. So let's start with the desires and fears. Okay. On the desires position, the Four of Cups represents habits. So the desire I feel like in this situation is breaking habits, wanting to do something different or wanting a different outcome in a situation, whatever that is, whether it involves business, certain roles that you select for your job, or in relationships, selecting certain partners or doing things a certain way with your existing partner. So I feel like you want to do something different, and your desire in this situation is to break the cycle, break the habits, and form different outcomes than you've had in the past. So the Ace of Swords is in the fear position. I feel like you are a little bit fearful of losing control. I feel like once you experience something new, that you don't have as much control, because this is a situation where you don't have as much experience, so you might not know how to pivot so quickly, or things being done a different way than what you're used to, so you don't know whether you'll respond in the appropriate way. But I feel like this is your life and your situation, and you respond however you think fits, right? This is your life, your situation. So losing control, or losing the ability to predict outcomes, I feel like is a good thing. It helps you kind of be able to navigate different situations rather than the same one over and over, right? So in the lessons position, I feel like once you break the habits and let go of some of the control that you're accustomed to having, that the Five of Pentacles represents contentedness and completion. And look how abundant this whole situation, this whole picture is. You have everything that you need at your disposal to make good decisions for yourself, and so not letting your limitations and your fears get in the way of that. So we're going to move those off to the side. Then we'll do the Celtic cross with the traditional tarot deck. Let's see, what are the energies? What are the messages? Current energy. Oh, the World card, completing cycles. Crossed by the Knight of Cups. Nine of Wands is grounding you. The High Priestess is crowning. Five of Wands. Oh, here we go. Eight of Wands. Can we see everything? I feel like I'm taking up a lot of space over here. Okay, that'll work. Knight of Swords, the Devil, Temperance, and Page of Wands. Okay, this is good. I feel like now we have 4 out of 8 cards that are major arcana cards, so kind of a big deal, kind of a big change going on. We're starting with the current energy as the World card, so you're completing cycles, about to start or about to transition into something new, a new way of doing things. The World card could represent travel for some, right? Also paired with this Eight of Wands could represent travel or distance of some kind. But also the World card represents you're about to change something in your life, whether that represents you're about to change the way that your current relationship or current job, whether you're about to change certain responsibilities or change how things are done. Maybe there was some imbalance and you want to change that, or whether this means that you're starting something new, completely different, either a new relationship or a new business venture or a new role in your professional realm. The World card is representing that change. So what's blocking you, though, in the crossing position is the Knight of Cups. What's blocking you, I feel like, is your love for whatever the current former situation was. I feel like you are afraid of change, possibly, that you want to do something different. You're a little bit fearful of the changes that it might bring, but I feel like you want to feel this new level of excitement and waiting for confirmation or waiting for an offer to come your way so that you can accept. Although there's some kind of hesitation or trepidation, I feel like you're going to accept because you do want things to change. I just feel like you're waiting for a signal or some kind of offer from another third external factor. So whether it's a new role that you're changing into, I feel like maybe you're waiting for a job offer, or maybe you're waiting for somebody to signal their interest before you start a new relationship, or a signal from your current partner to say that they're okay with making certain changes in the relationship. So I feel like whatever it is, you're waiting for some kind of signal or offer or gesture before you move forward, because I feel like you're ready for cycles to change. In the grounding position is the Nine of Wands, and this is what your motivation is. You have been hurt in the past. This could be being overlooked. If we're talking about the job realm, this could also represent that you've been hurt from prior relationships and you're a little bit guarded. But whatever the situation is, this is your motivation. You don't want to experience that again. I feel like you're looking for a certain level of appreciation for all of the contributions that you make in your situation. And so I feel like there was a straw that broke the camel's back that prompted this change, needing this change. Whether it was maybe you were overlooked for a promotion, somebody else got it, and you feel like that other person doesn't contribute as much as you do at work. I feel like that was the tipping scale where you're like, oh no, I'm not doing that again. I'm gonna make sure that I get my dues. I'm gonna make sure that the next promotion is mine. I'm gonna do whatever it takes and to level up. And so I feel like there was a tipping scale for you. And so it could, if we're talking about the relationship realm, it could be that there was some kind of argument, and maybe it's been a repetitive argument, something you often over and over, this same topic comes up and you're just tired of that. So wanting to eliminate that redundant conversation from having taken place over and over again. So I feel like there was something that really broke the camel's back and making you want to change how things move forward. In the crowning position is the High Priestess. I feel like you've been pretty okay with the situation, or at least not really fessing up your side of the story. Whether it was in the business and you were not tooting your own horn, you were not giving yourself enough credit. Maybe the person who got the promotion or got the recognition that really you deserved is because they were the ones in their boss's door frame talking about all these great things they're doing. Meanwhile, you're at your desk working hard, right? So it's kind of like you had to toot your own horn, but because you didn't and you stayed working hard, you were overlooked for that reason. So I feel like this is now being an advocate for yourself so that you can get the recognition that you want. Also, when it comes to the love relationship or romantic partnership, I feel like this might be you telling half truths. So if you have this recurring argument with your person and then you say, okay, it's fine, I'm fine, and everything is not fine, I feel like that's what this card is representing. So the Eight of Wands here is communication, back and forth communication. I feel like for you to be able to get over a situation, if we're talking about that romantic argument that keeps coming up, you want that situation to end. That means this communication has to take place, right? Get all of the issues out of the way. Get all of the things that bother you off your chest. Otherwise, it is going to keep repeating itself, right? How can it change if you don't discuss it, or if you don't discuss your true feelings, if you don't show any kind of distaste for the conversation, or how can things change unless you talk about it, right? So this is that back and forth communication. Also, if it's related to the job, it's kind of like tooting your own horn, right? Giving yourself that recognition, patting yourself on the back, making sure that people are knowing all of your contributions, because who else is going to do it but you, right? So doing that. And again, like I said earlier, this could represent some kind of travel, some kind of location change, or maybe moving could represent some kind of movement as well. So in the current energy though is the Knight of Swords, and this card represents defending your beliefs. I feel like this is you having been quiet before, not really wanting to argue, not wanting to seem like you are a troublemaker. I feel like though your current situation, this Knight of Swords, represents you having to defend yourself and really speak up for yourself, and really just taking charge of situations so that people can see and notice your leadership qualities. The Devil card is in the environment and influences position. This card represents being attached to a situation, but also a test. There's going to be some test about some kind of temptation, a temptation to revert back to old ways of doing things possibly. I feel like you're going to be tested on that, on whether you're able to resist those temptations. So that's what this card is representing. The Temperance card. This card is in the hopes and fears position, and this is patience. So temperance also represents taking a middle ground. So this could represent some kind of collaboration. This could also represent compromises being met. So if it's in the job space, having a discussion with your boss, being patient for the next round of promotions, but also taking a middle path. If you guys can have the conversation of, okay, for your promotion, you need to do this, this, and this, taking those steps, taking the compromise, or trying to negotiate something that works in your favor. I feel like this is what this card is representing. So I feel like there's going to be some good news for you with this Page of Wands. And this is, I feel like, look at this person's body posture. It's like they're taking a new outlook on life and really feeling positive about what the situation is going to entail, what the situation has for them. I feel like it's all going to be good news as long as you stay committed. I feel like you're reviving your passion for whatever this situation is that you're dealing with. So we're going to separate the cards first into the planets, and this will talk about your motivation for a question that you're asking about. So if you want to know how to move forward in love or business or whatever your situation is, this is your opportunity to ask the question. So the zodiac signs will be in the second pile, and that talks about how you should move forward. And then the elements will talk about what kind of energy you should place in the situation that you're asking about. So first, planets, see what your motivation is for asking the question. Pluto. Okay. Then what kind of energy you should, not energy, we're talking about how you should move forward in the situation that you're asking about. Leo, nice. And finally, what kind of energy you should place in the situation that you're asking about. The energy is water. So Pluto here, this card represents your motivation for asking about the situation you're asking about. So whatever situation that is on your mind, whether it's love or business or whatever it is, possibly friendships or a new venture, whatever the situation is, the reason or your motivation for asking is because you want to move beyond confining mindsets, right? So I feel like you really want to think outside of the box. I feel like you really want to do something new. And so the Pluto card represents expanding beyond that. So I feel like you want to expand beyond what you currently know. Leo, on the other hand, this is how you should move forward in the situation. Now, Leo, this card is like a I will, right? This card is so action driven. This is you will make things happen. Whatever needs to be done, you're going to take control of it. I feel like you're used to being in control. You want to make things happen. You're going to be an advocate for yourself. Leo is also somebody who's very fiery and outgoing, somebody who's very self-assured. So how you should move forward is take matters into your own hands, right? Because who can handle it better, your situation better than you can, right? And who would have as much passion for making changes as you? Only you. So I feel like this card is telling you to take matters into your own hands and not wait. Don't wait for things to come to you. Don't wait for things to happen for you. That you should really take matters into your own hands to push it forward. So the energy that you should place into the situation that you're asking about, this is water energy. So water energy is very fluid. So I feel like this is telling you to be able to move, to roll with the punches, kind of. So it's kind of being fluid, being able to maneuver or navigate easily. So if this were the business situation, right? And I feel like maybe you had a timeline, well, by June, I have to do this. But maybe banking or finances is telling you, well, the soonest we can have it is September, early fall. And so this is being able to pivot and adjust your timeline for that situation. But also the water energy is a very healing property. So I feel like this is emotions, not letting things affect your mindset. Like, don't take these as personal beatings when things don't go exactly the way that you want it to. But also be considerate and be sensitive about others who are affected by the changes and the situations that you are transitioning into, right? So being sensitive to everyone else who's affected by the changes that you're making. So that's what this card is representing. So it's like you want to move beyond what confining mindsets. You want to be a little bit more broad and open. And to do that, how you should move forward is to take matters into your own hands, but also be sensitive to those who are affected by the situation as well. So let's pull one final card for the overall message. Oh, okay, two flipped over, so we'll take them both. The presence of love will always cast out fear, and when I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. So I wish you so much luck in your situation. Thanks for being here with me and take care. Bye.